Hey, welcome back to another episode of Treestand Totals. I'm Dave Bartu. It is finally football season. Now, got a couple of episodes today. I'm going to hit the NFL and college football. Didn't do college football last week because, well, I was concerned about the number of plays. A lot of people were saying that play count was going to drop 8 to 10% per game. It didn't. Nothing changed. Last year, week one, 131.9 rushes and passes per game. Week one, last week, 133.1. Nothing's changed. We just got a whole hell of a lot more commercial time that we got to deal with. Ugh. Now, my EPA modeling isn't ready yet because, well, we got to have 4 weeks of the NFL in order to do it. So what I'm working off of is my secondary modeling, actually my secondary system called Bet the Number. And what it does is it focuses on trend history, opening lines and their movement, and betting those movements. So when I'm talking BTN, Bet the Number, I am talking about trends that have hit more than 65% over the last 12 years. Everything between 55 and 65%, I make notes of those on my hot sheets, and everything that is under 55%, there's notes on those as well. So I do go through every single game in my hot sheets at patreon.com/EPA Sports. But this is a total show, so I'm just going to focus on the 65% plus total trends in the NFL for this episode. Now, one of them, sorry about getting this late to you, last night, Detroit and Kansas City. But I'm gonna highlight it, not because it was a winner, but because I want to go over the numbers of why it was there. So that game opened at 54 and it dropped down to a smaller number, and it closed at a smaller number. I got it at 53 and a half. If it had closed at 54, I would not have bet. I may have bet early and been stuck with 53 and a half, but once it got back up to 54, that window of trend was gone. All right. So the reason the closing under is so significant is in the last 12 years in the NFL, an open at 54 in the window in September and a drop to a smaller number, that has gone under. The record on that is 13-6. Well, it's 14-6 as of today. But that is what I'm talking about. Is we're talking about the open and the move and the historical trend of those moves in terms of totals and sides. So I got four more totals that I'll run through with you. Jacksonville and Indianapolis opened at 43 and a half and moved up, currently at 45. So that is our trend up from 43 and a half. This is a very strong lean. And any close that you get, 44, 44 and a half, 45, 45 and a half, 46, 69% of the closes at any of those numbers go under. So the opening line is a winner. It's actually in any direction. 43 and a half is kind of a key number. If it goes up or down, any close under 43 and a half is 72% winner. So it's actually a little stronger if the number had actually gone down. But 69 is still a solid number over the last 12 years. So I am under 45 on Jacksonville, Indianapolis. Now, you might be going, Dave, I don't have time to bet right at the kick every single damn time. Neither do I. Neither do I. So I'll bet all my NFL games Sunday morning early when I get up, or Saturday night late, and I'll just print out my checklist, do my bet slip, boom, done. Okay, and just assume that there's not going to be any big movement up until kickoff. You're going to get that once in a while, but those are the breaks, right? You know, unless you want to sit there and wait at every kick, it'll work with the NFL. That won't work on college football if you got 35 bets on the day. So that's just how I do it. Everybody, you know, it's up to you how you want to get it done. But I'm comfortable doing it a little bit early, knowing that it's had all week to move, and it's pretty stable where it is at. Chicago, Green Bay opened at 43 and a half, down to 43. So if it gets back to 43 and a half, boom, we're off this bet. But this one with a move down and a close at a smaller number than the open, very strong move here. 71% of the time it hits the under. So our window on this one is 42 to 44 and a half. So it can actually go back up to 43, 44, 44 and a half. So our window on this trend is 42 to 44 and a half. If it closes on any of those numbers after opening at 43 and a half, the under rate hit is 71%. Solid number right there. Philadelphia and New England opened at 45, currently at 45. Opened at 45, currently at 45. This is a great one though, because I don't give a shit which way it goes. It can close at 44 and a half, 44, 46, 45, 45.5. It doesn't matter. What matters is it opened at 45, and the power rankings in terms of trends, when it opens at 45, it doesn't matter where it closes, the over is hit 70% of the time. So currently I am over 45. So if you want to take it now, I'm cool with that. I don't think it's going to go any lower than 44 and a half after this video. Heck, enough people might see it. It goes up to 45 and a half and you missed a half a point. So take 45 right now if you want to follow BTN theory. The last game, Rams and Seattle, opened at 46 and a half, currently at 46. So this one here, the under is hitting 77% in the last 12 years off an open of 46 and a half and a close of 46 and a half or less. So our window is 46 and a half and lower. 47, we're off. We're off of this. There's no trend there to bet. So right now at 46, I'm under. This one I'm comfortable waiting until Saturday night to see if it moves anywhere. Just be patient with it and see if it sticks at 46, 46 and a half. I would imagine with the Rams in this game, we're not going to see a whole lot of upward pressure on the total. So I'm comfortable right now taking the 46, especially with it hitting at 77%. Like I said, NFL's a little bit easier. Don't have a whole lot of bets. I'm good with waiting until Saturday night or Sunday morning to place all of them. Or if you got an app, do it at kickoff. But that's my breakdown in the BTN on my 5 favorite plays for NFL win totals this week. Week number 1 of NFL football. I'm Dave Bartu up here in Treestand Totals. Thank you for joining me.